Can you
He
hear?
masked up, bundled it up, shaded it up. Turn around so we can see the back.
What? Oh, the back of my.
We can see you from the back.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Where you at, Family Dollar? That's what it look like.
You know it. Uh-oh. You done ran me over now. This your second time running me over. Oh my God. These mugs is killing me.
So
When did
Tiana,
she? Yes.
I saw you was out in the public with your bunny girl.
Mm-hmm. So I'm of sound mind and body and pay my taxes and everything. I think I deserve to do what I want. So I wanted to. I have no legitimate reason to be wearing a bonnet because I want to. Yeah, so I was out and, it was pretty good. I was with my people and things. And then, I do get recognized in the community. So,
pillar.
So a fine African-American gentleman came up to me and with his face all scrounged up. So I was like, oh no. I was like, what? Oh no. I was like, what's wrong with you? Do I need to call the ambulance? What is you doing with that on your head? Excuse me? You? What? I said, well, what's the problem? Well, it's a stigma with that. I said, really? Yeah, they say they did just like this. Ghetto. I said ghetto.
First of all, I need you to speak with all your gumption if you're going to have the nerve to stop somebody and say something.
You whispering ghetto.
Right. And I said, ghetto? I said, oh, so I'm ghetto? Oh, no, you're far from it. Far from it.
Stop her to have a comment about it, but we're going to get back to that part. Continue.
The fact that what? I didn't hear what you said.
A boss man has something to say about you having on the bonnet. Go ahead.
To me, how you gonna say there's a stigma as you perpetuate the stigma?
Right.
So I said, oh, so I'm ghetto? Oh, no, you're far from that. I said, Then he took my bonnet and said, I need to see the status of your hair. Ain't nothing wrong with my hair.
Wait, pause.
He put his hand on your bonnet.
Flag on the plate.
They are throwing flags on the plate.
How well do you know this motherfucker?
Pretty well. It's okay.
He touched the bonnet though?
Yeah.
If I could whistle, God.
All the way to
Go sit. Go to your bed.
I would say we're rather close. So I wasn't appalled, but I was like, ain't nothing wrong. My hair is not in a bad state, Uh-oh. I see if I've struck a note.
Did you cuss him out? That's what I need to know. Did you cuss this motherfucker out?
Why do I have to cuss him out? I the same tone. I was just like, no.
Hands on you.
I didn't take that
based on their relationship.
Yeah, that's not.
In the pillar of the community's defense, she cannot lay his hands.
I was just gonna say.
She said lay his hands.
And her constituents. So she look, conveniently, she got to be presentable and with pride at all times. Hence why she shouldn't wear the bonnet.
So I was like,
go ahead.
I didn't cuss him out or anything. I said that's the problem with people today. I said I'm far from ghetto and I can do what I want. He's like, oh, and you got the Yeezys on, and because I still had on my work clothes and stuff, and it got the nerve to be leopard. I said, okay.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to do whatever I want, and I'm going to do however I want, and you can keep your opinion to yourself. And then I said, see you later, and just walked away.
Is this an older gentleman? Like how old? Like
he might be
his age
2 years younger than me, so I'm 40. He might be 40 or 30.
So he basically negated his argument when he said it was ghetto. I have to use his tone when he said it was ghetto.
But you're not ghetto.
And then you said, am I ghetto? And he said, far from it. Which now lets everybody know that a bonnet clearly does not determine who an individual is based on what is donned on said head. I just,
But
you know,
I forgot to tell y'all the best part.
How you gonna leave the best part out of the story?
Right.
Because it's Tiyanna.
Beat it up.
You know what?
Piece by piece.
He's a hairstylist that
Good
specializes
night,
in weave.
girl.
You know what?
Good day.
Hold up.
In weave. 28 pieces.
Oh my
Good day.
God.
72.
So
Good
this
day.
man ain't sent nobody out the salon in some rollers. Good night. Good
Good
night.
day.
Y'all done turned off your video.
Quit.
So, okay, Monique done gave niggas audacity. All right.
Well, no, she didn't give them audacity. They already had that shit. She
Back to
supported
back.
the audacity.
I gotta say though, that changes how it's not right, but it changes how I feel about him saying I want to see the status of your hair. He an expert. He was doing an inspection.
Yeah.
But I understand.
I think he could do a little something to help out.
But is he an expert? Is he?
Oh,
is
he's
he
an excellent. Oh, he's a beast in this craft. Absolutely.
Anyway,
That's good on
The
the
whole
table.
thing of it
I-
is
I'm over this conversation.
But I'm saying though, I'd have been, y'all saw me, I was in 3 stores.
have respect for yourself. It's classless and all this other stuff. So you mean to tell me that an article of clothing is depending on whether or not I get basic human respect for you?
So I'll take it a step further.
This article of clothing is going
Yes,
to
for 300, Alex.
how much respect you give to another person. So you mean to tell me,
Yes.
oh, okay, so if that's the case, you mean to tell me you out here just treating, you just running over bums and people that are living on the street?
According
Highly
to the
likely.
Monique's, yes, 400, Alex.
So you
What
mean
you
to
about to say, Elle?
that since respect is dependent upon clothes, you mean to tell me that all these sexual assault victims,
As Reverend
Again.
Ron and Tyrese said, dress how you want to be addressed for 1,000, Alex.
okay, so let's take it further. So you mean to tell me that wasn't he a psychologist or something like that got shot by the police while he was on his back with his hands up trying to save a patient that was having a crisis?
Come back over here.
He
That
was
article-
having a bad day.
Bring it back,
For-
Siren.
The
Daily
term,
double, Alex.
So,
that's what you're saying? So you mean to
Wait,
tell
what is what?
so you mean to tell me that Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, who wore suits,
Bring it back. What were you about to say, Elle? Bring it back over here, Elle.
the only thing I'm getting ready to say is that Monique in her little comment, and you were seeing people inside of an airport. They're not on the job. They are minding their black ass business in their own life and doing what they wanted to do. You're talking about this is less than y'all queens and all this, that, and the third. But so y'all thought Harriet Tubman was supposed to do her hair before she started spraying the flags on the Underground Railroad? Because I'm pretty sure the lady had fabric wrapped up on her hair. Do you think the people down there was like, oh, them white folks gonna see you in that coat on your head and not respect you? They were still lynching niggas and killing niggas. I don't care whether you got on a bonnet or in your professional gear, you still a nigga. Point blank, I'm through.
And she then takes a sip. I'm so.
But it's like, I'm not supposed to wear a bonnet? What the hell?
bitch, how, matter of fact, because on she did a second post about it, following up and basically doubling down on her comments. And I
did a second post?
that post and told her that maybe she should go and take the advice that she was giving at the end of her movie, Fat Girls.
Uh-oh.
So this is the same Monique who said her husband was raising her? This Monique? The same Monique who came to the aid of Roseanne Barr, who called was 8 babies? That Monique? Oh, okay.
What I don't get is,
This Japanese whiskey and root beer is great.
yeah, Japanese whiskey is my favorite.
I need to
It
try
goes
it.
down so smooth.
What were you about to say, Tiyanna?
What I don't get is, how is the bonnet, like who makes these assumptions, or who makes these rules? Because
White
Right.
people.
I went to work today.
Yeah.
I
White
was- I-
people.
So I wore this to work today, right? I got both my arms cut out with all my tattoos showing. It's
Oh,
90 degrees.
Here.
I want to interject here because I think this is maybe where I can slide in, right?
Okay, slide in.
That what you said?
Slide.
That's what you said. So when I initially saw the video, I was like, okay. I didn't get upset, and she did not piss me off. Well, no, I'm lying. The initial, hey, my babies. First of all, no. And I know that has a lot to do with the messenger, but I was already on pause, like, what the hell is she about to say now? So then she got to talking, and I'm like, whatever. I was pretty emotionless throughout the whole thing. What pissed me off is when she said, so if I see you, I'm going to tap you on your shoulder. Bitch, where? Because I will say this, I don't necessarily disagree. My issue is when you make somebody else's business your business. I'm not going to wear a bonnet out in public. At the same time, I'm not going to tell you not to wear a bonnet out in public. Because why? That is your business. The reasons why I won't wear it don't have nothing to do with pride in myself and all that other foolishness. It has everything to do with the fact that I associated with pajamas and I don't wear pajamas outside. But that's my personal. I'm not about to sit here and be like, ooh, she got on the bonnet. I don't know shit about whoever got one on. I don't care. Why are we caring and making public declarations about shit that nobody asked you about?
Correct.
It's totally different if somebody says, hey, Tiffany, how do you feel about bonnets in public? Then I can share my opinion. But for me to just be like, y'all women shouldn't be wearing no bonnets in public because it's what?
My issue.
Don't even notice when somebody has on a bonnet in public. So, I mean,
then call it classless and all this other stuff. Okay,
I don't understand.
So since we won't call bonnets classless, let's also call when some of y'all had gold teeth. A lot of y'all got tattoos. A lot of y'all wear long fingernails. A lot of y'all wear revealing clothing. So since we're gonna say, oh, it's all this and we should have respect for yourself, all right, cool. Go back to wearing heels and everything every time you step out of the house, whether you go into the grocery store, the post office, to work, the doctor's office. Make sure your hair is always laid, have a full fucking makeup. I don't want to see you. Bet not come out the motherfucking house with not a chip in your fucking polish. I don't want to see it. Why? Because it's classless.
Oh my God.
Respect for yourself.
But
I've always thought that you actually had to have a little bit more confidence than the next person if you do go out with the bonnet without any of this extra stuff.
But I mean, it's not even confidence, because saying that is equal to saying that somebody who has an unaesthetic body wearing what somebody think they wearing what somebody think they shouldn't wear is confidence, and we've already said that that's not what that is.
No. So, when I say that, I'm thinking that if they're comfortable in whatever they have on, you know, especially stuff that has this stigma. If there's something that has a general stigma, i.e., she's coming for you saying that you shouldn't be doing this, and you can walk out and do it fine, I'm good. Like, it takes, to me, that's even a level of confidence to just be able to be good in the face of whatever it is.
My issue is that, and I'm like Tiffany, I don't wear my bonnet in public. I'm pretty sure I've worn a bonnet on Zoom plenty of times because I'm in my home and it just feels home. My issue is that bonnets that look like ours with the puff in the back and a satin band in the front, the only reason that they are being attacked this way and stigmatized this way is because they are the domain of Black women. Because if I slide this back like this, what is the difference between my bonnet and a knit cap, a turban, you know, a head wrap? It's all fabric wrapped around the head. And like Tiffany, I associate it with pajamas, and it's like something that
Agreed.
someone who's in my intimate space would see me in. Like when I pull the bonnet out, it's like, wow, you know, you're in my intimate space now. You're seeing me like this. But the only reason it's being stigmatized in public is because it's the domain of Black women, because other people wear head coverings. Let me not front. There have been stigmas attached to other head coverings that we have had to break down. But the one right now is because it's Black women. It's not because of the actual fabric. It's not because of the actual look. Because if I put a knit cap on top of my same bonnet and go outside, suddenly I'm presentable. It's the same exact shape. It's the same exact look. But it doesn't have the satin band. It doesn't have the poofy satin. So it's not associated with Black women.
So real quick, because I'm glad you said that. I told y'all I asked my mom, because I say it all the time. I was raised by a Southern Belle and a conservative father and yada, yada, yada. So I called her today and I was like, Mom, you heard what Monique said? She was like, no. I said, what you think about bonnets in public? And she said, I mean, I wouldn't wear one per se. She said, but I mean, you know, you just never know what's going on. You know, somebody could be just running in the store or whatever. She was like, it doesn't matter. She said, but really, you know what that's about. I was like, what, Mama? She said, well, it's about, you know, that they say it because it's associated with us.
Oh. Well, she picked up on it.
Okay. Okay.
She said it's associated with us. And she said, would you talk about somebody, Mom? I said, would you just look at somebody a certain way because they have one on? She was like, no. She was like, why? I'm minding my business. Thanks, boo. And then I asked a coworker who's also a boomer, and she basically said the same thing. She has younger daughters that are millennials, because apparently it's supposed to be a generational thing as well. And she said that she wouldn't wear one out, but just like everybody else, what's the point in pointing people out for wearing one? Like, why does that matter? And her daughter basically felt the same way. She was like, I've run in the store with my bonnet on, but so what?
You know what else is a generational thing though? Relaxers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a big issue here, because this is a cultural issue. The same way we've had to break down braids and dreadlocks and how high your hair is for things like the military and like standardized uniforms. This is a similar thing, because when you have natural hair, natural African hair that you are trying to style, you have it in various stages. And sometimes you may be in a state that you don't necessarily want to reveal in public. And so you throw on whatever you have, which often is a bonnet. Me and Tiffany, we would dress it up in other ways, but if you're not dressing it up, this is how Black hair functions.
But like, why do we have to dress it up?
I think that's just a function of your personality in general. I don't think she's saying you have to dress it up, because it's just who you are as a person.
No, I'm saying you choose to dress it up, but I'm saying covering your hair in various stages is a function of Black hair. However,
okay. I just want to say, if all these people who making all these comments, just take the time to truly people watch.
They don't. They did it
and see what happens.
They don't talk about how everybody else be out here looking rank, and you want to complain about a bonnet.
I'd much rather have my bonnet on than smell like wet dog in the rain.
We're not doing this.
That's not. Elle, what were you trying to say? Because y'all has been muted.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it out. My interest in the bonnet thing is, if I wear a bonnet or not, does that end racism? If I got on my bonnet or not, does that stop folks from killing Black folks? Okay, then.
But it's a nice distraction, isn't it? It works perfectly for a distraction.
Though, because you mind your business. If a bonnet makes somebody in their Black skin happy, let them people do what they want to do. For all these people are saying the people who are wearing bonnets are uneducated, and all of that piece, and you don't have no this, that, and the third, and you must be poor and all this.
You don't care about yourself. You don't have no self-worth, self-pride.
I want to say this. So me wearing my bonnet, that just negated all the lives I've changed.
Mhm.
Here come the pillar. Here come the
Elle,
pillar.
look at your friend.
Okay.
Go
Here
to the
comes the
16th floor and get your friend.
Go to the what?
16th floor. I'm talking to Elle to go to the 16th floor and get her friend.
Wait a minute.
This is the Super Saiyan bonnet.
Look at this one.
Oh yeah, Claire
My
got one of them.
God.
When you finish defeating all the other bonnets, you gotta come for this bonnet.
So
That's the Bonnet Avenger.
You got that's Supreme bonnet right there.
right, it is.
Bonnets today, it'll be earrings tomorrow. It'll
Right.
be laces the next day. It'll be, oh, you shouldn't have on this crop top because your stomach is out. It's always going to be something.